Hi, guys, welcome back to Top 2, where we give away some amazing tips to make your life easier and more fun. I'm Leena, your host and die-hard animal lover.
Hi, Leena. How are you? I'm sure you're going to love today's topic, which is very close to your heart and my heart. Hi,
Yes.
I'm Ayesha,
Hi.
and I'm always here to ask the real questions along with you and share some relatable moments. So, today we are diving into the world of pets and how to care of them, travel with them, and make sure they are living their best lives in your house. And what we always say no fluff, just good stuff.
Absolutely. And yes, pets are more than animals, they're your family.
Absolutely.
They bring so much love, joy, happiness, and it also comes with a lot of responsibilities, which we are going to talk about today.
Definitely, they come with responsibilities, they are not toys. So, before they get into today's topic, let's talk about what makes pets so special. So, Leena, what's your take on things and what's your favorite part of having a pet in your life?
More than anything, Aisha, it's the ability of pets, they bring comfort.
Yeah.
At least for me. When I'm tired, when I'm like after a long day at work, totally exhausted, I come back home and I do have two cats. I have two pet cats. So as soon as I hold them, they start purring, and that just gives me a lot of satisfaction. So, and brings me a lot of comfort too. So it's just it's so easily it gives me that comfort.
And I think it's true for so many of the pet owners. Yeah, it's true. Yep.
What about you?
For me, I think there's personalities. Every cat has different personality. Every dog has different personality, or for that matter, any pet. Well, going a little snack towards this topic, I want to put up in a perspective that when we travel, we see a lot of animals in their natural habitat. It's so different from the household pets, Leena. Unfortunately, many animals we see are in zoos. People who have experience to seeing real animals other than their own pets are mostly in zoos, in cage spaces, where they're denied the freedom to live as they're meant to be. So zoos may claim to educate or conserve, but those small enclosures can't replicate the wild. Instead, I believe wildlife sanctuaries and wildlife reserves are the better choice to go around and see animals where they can roam freely. So while we were seeing animals there, basically my children have introduced this concept to me that they wouldn't go to zoo and they always want to go to the sanctuary now, and I respect that. Where we noticed that every animal had different personalities, and when we come back home and we saw our own pet Sheru, Sheru, everybody who knows him knows my goofy cat and Garfield cat Sheru, who is a big tiger cub. He looks big, but he's so scared of a fly. So each of the cat has different kind of personalities. Sheru likes sleeping at most inconvenient places, like on top of my laptop, of all things,
Yeah, Aisha, but that's a classic cat behavior. I mean, cats are known for all these notorious things. And so well said about the sanctuaries. Yeah, absolutely. It's such an eye-opener.
Yep.
And yes, today's episode is all about that. Understanding your pets better, how you can take care of them better and make a better difference to their lives. Bring a better difference to their lives. So we're going to talk about a lot of things today, from pet sitters, traveling with pets, and of course, we'll share some killer tips that every pet owner or pet parent needs to know.
Amazing. So what's the segment?
So this brings us straight to our first segment, pet sitters around the world. Now, this pet sitter concept has really mushroomed up, not so recently, but it's been there for a while now.
It's become big. Yeah.
Yes, so honestly, pet sitters, they are a lifeline for busy traveling pet
owners.
Parents. Yes, they don't just take care of cats, dogs, but even smaller animals like rabbits, birds, turtles, and sometimes some farm animals like horses, cows, especially abroad.
Now, when we talk about pets, pet sitters is a topic that nobody talks about. So amazing that we are covering this. It's such a simple topic, but it's amazing. These sitters actually come to your home or host pet at their house. So for horses and cows, sitters manage tasks like feeding, cleaning, and even basic vet care, Leena. And if you go to platforms like Rover or Trusted House Sitters, these platforms connect you with an experienced sitters globally. They're amazing.
That's really cool.
And when you're choosing a sitter,
honestly, in India, people are not too open about this thing. So usually it's all through references that you get from your friends and family. You consider those pet sitters.
And
we do have this here now too in India.
And while
Yes.
we're talking about these kind of services, choosing a sitter, always you should check their reviews and arrange a trial session and ensure that they have this experience with your pet and the type of pet that you have. So platforms like Rover and the earlier one at which I said Trusted House Sitters is great for connecting sitters with animals who
Hmm.
love to have travel and pet care together. Yep.
Wow, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, more than anything, I mean, no, it's not just convenient, but yeah, it will ensure that and your pets are taken care of while you've been away. So
Yeah,
it's
it's so
really
true because
awesome.
you're when you go out, you always think and you wonder if they're not being taken care of properly and you've not left them with proper
Right.
care.
That's constantly on your mind.
That's constant on your mind. No, but no pet owner
Exactly.
would like to have that. While talking about that
All right,
segment
on
two.
to, yes, traveling with pets. Now,
Mm,
traveling with pets can get tricky,
it
especially in India.
is.
You need to have a pet passport with
Mm-hmm.
vaccination records. Sometimes they ask for a microchip certificate and an export permit from the Animal Quarantine and Certification Services, the
Okay.
AQCS.
The AQCS, correct. Well,
Yes.
Lena, similar, if you're traveling abroad with your pet and you're migrating countries or you're shifting countries and work, there are countries require permits. There are different kinds of permits which are required. And
Hmm.
along with these permits, you need to give them the proof of vaccinations. There's another thing that we can take into consideration while traveling pets is airlines have their own rules. So some allows pets in their cabins while others don't allow them. They have to travel in cargo. So if you're thinking
Right.
about travel with your pet, you need to really make sure that your pet is okay with that, or you need to train them just before the travel.
Right, and make sure that for a smoother travel experience,
Mm-hmm.
get your pet used to the carrier, avoid
Wow.
feeding them before the trip,
Yeah.
and make sure you have studied the quarantine rules of your destination.
It's a very good pet because my cat does not go in the carrier. So forget putting him in the carrier and taking him on the plane. It's not happening. Anyways, yeah, it's just not happening. So, yeah, segment three is adopting and caring for pets. I think this is our most favorite and favorite
Most
segment of
important,
and most
yes.
important as well. So, I can talk for both of us here that we feel very strongly about don't adopt a pet unless you're ready for the responsibility. Like imagining abandoning them is cruel and it's the most inhuman act. It's like
Absolutely.
leaving your child on the side of the road. How can you leave your pet? How can you not care of how that pet is feeling? How can you treat a pet like a toy? So do not do that
Exactly.
if you don't have the responsibility.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do that. No reason is a good reason to abandon a pet.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, and when you have pets, they are so used to staying indoors that they are not equipped to survive outside on their own. It's like
Mm.
planning their murder. So, never do that.
Well done.
Never
Well said.
abandon them. Yes. If you're not ready to commit, consider fostering them or volunteering at a animal shelter. That's a better option
That's a
than
better
having a
option.
pet.
If you
Yeah.
want to have an animal experience, go do some volunteering at the shelter. That's amazing, and that's like
Yes, because they
moral. It's a
honestly need
service
volunteers.
they need.
So,
They
yeah,
need.
so if you are really into animals and if you're fond of animals, consider that instead.
Yes, my friends, go there rather than take them for a few days, keep in your house like toys, and then leave them on the road. While anybody
Exactly.
who wants to take new pets and is considering cats, they need to know that cats do not have owners. Cats have servants. They have slaves, and we know it because we are
Very
cat
true.
parents. And they're independent, little bossy little things, but they also steal your heart. They're so cute. Yeah.
Very, very true. I totally agree to this. And yes, Aisha, I'd like to talk a little more about adopt and don't shop.
Mm-hmm.
More than a slogan, I feel it's about making people aware that adopting a pet from a shelter home is a much noble and a more fulfilling, rewarding experience than purchasing it from a pet store
Yeah.
or a breeder.
Superb. That's a
You're
superb
you're
take.
saving a life of an animal that is in need of a house, so
Mm-hmm.
definitely consider that over buying an animal
Yeah, yeah,
or a
yeah.
pet.
Yeah.
And it also helps animal welfare centers and these animal shelters, because they're already overburdened with so many animals, and
Animals.
most of them
Yeah.
being abandoned, so you're
Mm-hmm.
helping them in a way
In a
by
way.
adopting adopting it. And at the
Right.
same time, nowadays shelters have a lot of you know animals. They have dogs, cats, puppies, kittens,
Hmm.
older animals. They have pure breeds, mixed breeds, so you can actually go see and
The variety
go
of
there a
choices that
couple
they
of
have.
times. Yeah, and once you develop that kind of fondness and bond with that animal, adopt it.
No,
But at the
that's a
same
nice thought.
time, yes, but at the same time, I would like to say that adopting a cat or a dog is a good 12 to 15-year commitment. So
It
if you
is. It
are
is.
willing to take that kind of responsibility, only then consider adopting. Otherwise,
Uh,
fostering is a better option.
yeah.
And also be kind to your community animals, because they are totally dependent on us. So take care
Yeah.
of them,
Yeah.
help them, feed them, be kind to them. That's all.
Be kind to them whenever you can. I think, Leena, you have a very famous cat cafe near your house, and people can just go there and have coffee and also have interact with cats there. So if people do not
Yes.
want to have cats in their home, they can either go there at such cafes and have that experience. See
Yeah.
if you like
Yes,
the cat. See if you
absolutely.
don't
In
have
fact,
allergies
I
with
have
the
a
cats
cat
or dogs.
cafe thing happening in my building. So I have a lot of cats in my building that I take care
Amazing.
of. I feed them. I
Oh,
take care of them when they are sick and things like
I
that.
know that. I know that you do that. I'm so proud of
And
you.
I would love it if, overall, mankind and humans are more kind and considerate
Yeah.
towards.
All kind of pets, all kind of animals. It's not only
Yes.
cats, all kind of animals.
No, no, all
Yeah.
kind of. That's why I said strays, be it cats, dogs, or any animals, the community animals that are there, that are living around us.
Yeah.
We should take
We
care of
should take
them
care of them.
in whatever way
Hmm.
possible.
Superb. So, what's next?
Right. And now on to our last segment,
Yeah.
which is the top two tips. But today we are not
Amazing.
going to share two, but
Yeah.
many more tips, because pets and animals are very close to our hearts. Do you like to give away the first tip?
I'll be so honored to do that. So, people who are pet owners know that once you've introduced the food to your beloved pet, it's so hard to change their food because they're so used to it. And I think it's become very common for today pet owners to have food from outside, like the cans, the ready-made foods that you get outside. And once the pets like them, it's difficult to change them. So if you're changing countries,
Yes.
or your brand is not available, or you want to change it to a different kind of food, how do you do that? So the tip is 10-90 rule. Start with the 10% of the new
Hmm.
food and then 90% of the old, and gradually increase the ratio, because this avoids the digestive issues and keeps your pet happy.
Right, Aisha, I'd also like to suggest that pet parents should start introducing their pets, especially cats, to home cooked food instead of, these packed foods, because definitely home
Mm,
cooked food is going to be more wholesome, nutritious,
amazing.
and no preservatives as
Yeah,
compared to
yeah.
what you get outside. And
Nice.
yeah, it's good for your pets' overall health, and they live a much healthier, longer life.
So, all our listeners, if you have a little more time in your day, please cook for your pets. Also, when you're changing your time or
Yes.
or introducing new food. Amazing.
Right.
Hmm.
And tip number two would be for the dogs.
Okay.
That would be like, teach your dog some commands, especially the wait command, because
Wait,
that's
come on.
not just cute, it actually is a lifesaver for
Not cute.
situations like crossing a busy road, or a busy street, or waiting for
True.
dinner. And Aisha's had some personal experiences with
Ah,
this too.
you remember that amazing? Yes, glad you said that. So when we went to Europe last time, we saw lots of dogs without leash, and they had these wait commands in the red light in the park. So it gives a freedom to the owner, and it gives freedom to the animal as well, and they're more disciplined. So it's an amazing way of
Yes.
having them as your companion rather than just dragging them on the leash everywhere and telling not
Yes.
disciplining them. Yeah. Well, we spoke about dogs and cats and all kind of other animals. What about birds? So our tip number 3 is remember that birds thrive on attention and mental stimulation, and they are not just toys, or they are just not wall hanging pieces in your house. So talk to them,
Right.
teach them tricks, or give them puzzles to solve. Some of the birds are really, really, really clever. A bored bird is an unhappy bird, Leena. So, I think the tip is to keep them
Yes.
entertained. And if you have space, let them fly. Do not clip their wings. That's inhuman. So if they have the space, let them fly, train them, and enjoy having them rather than keeping them in the house like a book or a
Absolutely.
showpiece. Yeah.
Absolutely correct, Aisha. And now on to tip four.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a pet that suits your lifestyle. So,
Mm.
consider that whether, it's a breed or a sort of species, whatever you're looking for, make sure
Right.
it aligns with your living situation, your living standards, your energy levels, and your daily schedule. So,
What a
if you're a
unique
person
trip.
who's never at home, never get a dog.
Ah, what a unique tip. Amazing. Well said.
Yes.
I love it. I love this one. Our next tip is that please prepare for emergencies. So, have a pet first aid kit and an evacuation plan that includes your pet in case of emergencies. Normally, we do not do that and it's not cool. So, if you have a pet, please keep that first aid kit handy.
Yes, very
Yeah,
important. All
absolutely.
right, yes, on to another one. Provide a safe and a comfortable environment. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I need not say this, but still, create a pet friendly space, and more than pet friendly, a pet proof place. Like,
Yeah, pet
especially
proof
when
your
you have
home.
cats at home, make sure your windows are netted so that they don't
Mm.
jump off.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, no toxic plants because mostly cats are allergic to lilies and some other plants too. So make sure you don't have those at home. Loose cords or
Right.
any small objects they might swallow.
Right. And I think when you have pets, the most important but underrated tip is do a regular vet checkup and do a regular grooming session for your pet, for your cats, for your cats,
Yes,
dogs, or any.
yes.
That's another tip.
The last tip would be regular vet checkups. Make sure you schedule your vet visits regularly, keep the vaccinations, deworming, everything up to
Mm.
date.
Now, people don't do that. Let me tell you. So it's a very
Yeah,
important tip.
exactly.
It's a very important tip. If you have, it's just like having a child in home. You have to do your basics, and you have to do whatever is necessary. So being a pet parent is very rewarding. It's a rewarding journey filled with this unconditional love and companionship that you have. With these tips, you can ensure that your furry or your feathery or your scaly friend lives really happy and healthy life. So these were fantastic tips, and thanks for joining us on Top 2 today. And I hope and we hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share your pet stories with us because we love reading all the comments that you normally have showered and written in the podcast, in the previous podcast. Until next time, stay curious and give your pets an extra cuddle from our side and treat all
Yes.
animals with kindness. Bye, everyone.
And remember, pets might be just a part of your life, but for them, you are their whole world. So,
Wow.
yes, yeah, give them that love and attention they deserve. Bye and happy parenting.
Bye. See you.